What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast. Now, I'm Alex, and I'm here to review Injustice 2. Now, we actually originally recorded this review. I recorded it with Zach, and his audio completely failed. And so we didn't have time, or we don't have time, to get him to do the review again with me. So I'm going to go solo on this. This video does count as a video you can watch and comment to be entered to the Injustice 2 giveaway that's still going on right now. So I'm going to go like base level review. I'm going to go through what I think of the game. I'm going to go through some of the points that Zach had originally said for the game. And then tomorrow's video, we're going to be doing an Injustice 2 tournament where we're going to be playing as a lot of different characters. So if you have characters, that you're interested in seeing, I can almost guarantee you we're going to be playing as them. I've looked at some of the characters you've talked about in the best characters video, and we're going to pick and play those ones. And you'll see Zach play a bunch of characters that you guys have asked about, like Joker, Superman, Bane, Captain Cold, etc. We're going to be playing as all of them. So, what do I think of this game? Well, I think this game is actually phenomenal. I think this game is really good. I watched the entire story on YouTube. I watched all of the cutscenes. I watched Zach, and I played too. I played with Zach. We played about 2 hours worth, but I watched the entire game, like I saw the entire story. So I'd say the story is an incredibly strong point of this game. This story, and we said it in the original review when Zach and I said it, this story, and even the first Injustice story, which I think this one is better than that one by a lot. I did watch that entire one too. I think that one was very interesting, but this one, I really liked Brainiac. I really liked what they did with a lot of the characters in this game. The story of this game is flat out better than the story of the first game, and both of these stories are better than any of the recent DC movies that they've done. It's better than Batman vs. Superman, better than Suicide Squad. It may not be as good as Wonder Woman, we will have to see, but the last two DC movies have been pretty not good. And this game is very good. The story is fantastic. It has a very strong cast of characters, I think. I know they swapped out, several characters from the first game with characters of this one. I think that the new characters in this did fine in the story. Kevin Conroy leading as Batman. I mean, it's great to hear him again. I love the Arkham games. I think it's easily one of the best series in video game history, the Arkham games. And a big reason is because of Kevin Conroy's Batman. And so it's cool to see him interact with this other group. It's like a Justice League. It's a big Justice League with a lot of different problems, with Superman and with these different kinds of villains. So it's cool to hear Batman talk about these guys, like say their name, say Brainiac's name, talk about the characters and what's going on. He does fantastic, obviously, and it's really nice to hear him again. I think Tara Strong as Harley was really, really good in this game. Just everything about the story was very solid. Like, it had 2 different endings, both endings very good in their own ways. The bad ending, quote unquote, is very interesting and very dark, I think. A great ending in that respect. But the story itself is really good. The animations are fantastic. Visually, this game is one of the best looking games out on consoles or Steam or whatever. It's one of the best games out on consoles to this date. Very good. I don't know if it's like the best. I don't think it is. I think there's a couple way better. But this game stands out visually as being fantastic. The facial animations of these characters are great. And the transition between talking and cutscene and fighting is very, very smooth. Much smoother than the past game. And much smoother than Mortal Kombat's in general. I really liked what they've done with it. The fighting itself, now, I'm not a huge fighting guy. I'm not very good. If you saw any of the videos, you've seen Zach crush on me. Now, those were to show you specific things, but I'm also just not very good. The fighting in this game is great, and I'll go into Zach's points. The fighting's fantastic. He's really enjoyed it. He really thinks that the changes they made from that last game to this game are for the better. Like, the change of adding the extra bar for meter burn, he's liked. He likes, there are changes for sure, and the game does feel different, and he notices it, as do I, but he thinks ultimately it is for the better, and I agree. I think the fighting in this game is solid. It's harder to do combos than it used to be, but I think the fighting overall is really fun for beginner and for master. I think, I had a lot of fun playing it. I'm not the biggest fighting person, but I think fighting fans really would appreciate what they've done with the fighting and using, you know, the different kind of stages and visually how it looks and how it handles, they've done well. The characters, you know, there's some really good characters, very different kind of feeling characters, but they all have their own aspects that make them great. There are a couple characters, again, that Zach doesn't like, such as like Poison Ivy, but overall, all these characters are a ton of fun to play as, and I think that's good. They're each very different from each other, which I think any fighting game needs. Online-wise, he said that there's no problems with, you know, lagging or breaking out of games, so the online component's very strong. The game has a lot to it, and I think even if you're just going to play it for the single player, I think you'd be pleased. Obviously, you're going to play a lot of fighting. You're going to fight a lot in it. And if you want to play others, obviously, you're going to play multiplayer. And fighting games don't really get old when it comes to that. There's always somebody better than you for any game in general. But for fighting games, there's always somebody better, always somebody to beat. So I think that this game has a lot of replayability to it, which is great. And I'm really, you know, I'm happy about it. I was very excited about this game going into it, that it's a game that is very interesting to me. I do like DC. I like the characters. I like the stories. I watched both Batman vs. Superman and Suicide Squad were okay movies. Suicide Squad I thought was a little bit better, but they're just okay, and I think the potential is there for so much more, and the story of this game beats it by a mile. It's very, very strong. I love the characters. I love visually how they are. There's a lot of customization in this game, lots of gear, lots of different kind of looks. The game is filled with things to do in it, so I think you can play it for a very long time. In the end, do I think you should buy this game? Yes, I think that this is a game worth buying. I think it's a very strong game coming out at a time when there's not a ton of other games out right now. They've kind of slowed down getting ready for E3 and the summer in general. So this is a very good time to get this game. So that's what I think about it. What do you guys think based off of either if you've played it or if you're just seeing the videos that we've done or other people have done? What do you think of the game? Tell us what you thought. We could have a conversation in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Make sure you like and share this video. And we will see you guys for the Injustice 2 tournament, the final of our Injustice 2 special video.